Alright guys, welcome back to another Ark Taming series video here on the Boston Chris Show, and today we are trying to tame a creature from the Additional Creatures 2 Wild Ark mod called the Daspletosaurus. This is the starving dinosaur, okay? So the idea is we're going to tame him up, and then for 2 hours after we tame him up, he's going to be starving. So we have to keep him alive after he's done starving. And the best thing to keep him alive with is something called pet kibble, which I have made a bunch of. I believe that's also from the Ark Editions, Additional Creatures 2 Wild Ark mod. But this is what we're going to be feeding him to try to keep him alive. And I think you just walk up to him because he's super hungry. And he knows that you'll feed him. So he looks like he's mad, but he's not. Look, he just wants to be fed. So we're going to feed him. We're going to give him extraordinary kibble because he's a gourmet dinosaur, right? And so we're going to do that. We're going to give him one of those. And then, so I don't know, like, if you can pause the starvation with a soul ball and all that. We're gonna test that out. I tried to join but got lost, connection timed out. I think probably just try again. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be trying to get. This guy has a big readout on him in the Additional Creatures 2 Wild Ark wiki, and my god, I can't wait to get them because based on what I read, and I'm going to read to you guys in a little while, these guys are super cool. So, I wonder if we... Oh, it restarts it. So the soul traps do pause the starvation, but it will reset the timer. So from what I understand, it has a 2-hour timer. Okay, so while he's wild, I am actually going to use I'm actually going to use a bindi wrong to get him to get hungry faster. That way we can feed him the kibble faster. So this is all you got to do, and this guy can be picked up by the Rhinignatha. I don't know if it can be picked up by anything else. Maybe you guys can tell me in the comments down below whether he can be picked up by something else other than a rhino. But while we wait, I will read a little bit up on these guys. Because it does have a huge readout on the wiki. The wiki, Additional Creatures fandom wiki. Alright, so the synopsis for these guys, let me make sure he's not hungry yet. I pushed the right button. He's not, okay. The synopsis says a large, formidable theropod, Daspletosaurus, is a very rare sight on the Arks. Much like other predators, when it spots a survivor, Daspletosaurus charges in full speed towards them. However, it isn't to attack. For some reason, Daspletosaurus has a hard time competing with the Ark's plethora of other carnivores, and as such, most of the species is starving on the brink of extinction, had the Ark not been repopulating their numbers. They charge towards survivors for one reason: food. The species is intelligent enough to know that dinosaurs in the care of survivors are often well loved and well fed. So it throws itself at survivors for their affection, acting as friendly as possible, and fleeing if this act of friendship fails. For those that do actually accept Daspletosaurus into their care, it is not easy. The creatures are starving at the brink of death, so one must first raise them and care for them throughout this time. It is a very tough task, but worth it in the end. When tamed and cared for back to health, Daspletosaurus have proved one of the most loyal, friendly, and devoted pets on the Ark. They're fast to learn and can catch on rapidly, vastly improving their performance in a short time compared to other dinosaurs or creatures, as if they're trying to repay their survivors for accepting them and saving them. It's definitely worth it. With the right training and care, Daspletosaurus can be trained to become even more powerful than certain predators, even greater in size than it. Sounds like more work than raising a child, to be honest. That is true. However, let me tell you why you want to do this. Number one, the Daspletosaurus is immune to radiation. Okay, that's the first reason. I'm a little worried that his food's getting too low, so I'm going to wait. They're immune to radiation. They naturally spawn at lower levels, with higher levels being comparatively rare, which is not true on my server. Tame the Daspletosaurus have extremely high stat gain upon level up, with health, stamina, and damage compared to other creatures. Where's Ambo? There he is. Okay. So, wild individuals, when tamed, suffer a severe debuff known as starvation. Starvation will lower their health and food over time at a rapid rate, as well as having only 10% base damage, and is 800% less resistant to attacks. It also poops a lot. Starvation lasts for an hour, and as a result, keeping them alive during this process is rather difficult. Here are some tips. Blah, blah, blah. Bring the wild creature to your base before you tame it. Allows you to not worry about the starvation effects while bringing it home. Pet food kibble is the only food that will keep a Daspletosaurus alive during the starvation process. Use it. Use a Daedon if you have one. It is very useful for Daspletosaurus recovery. And wild ones cannot breed with bred ones either, which is interesting. Now, what I have read is every level up to stamina when this is tamed will give you 30% more stamina. And every level up on damage and health will give you 70 to 80% more per level. So this is going to be insane if we can get it. I've got my owl for healing. I've got lots of food in my inventory. I have some more right up the road too if I need it. And so yeah, we just need him to get hungry again so I can feed him. This going from the first feeding to the second one, I wish they would fix that. It's just ridiculous. So I'm probably going to tame like 4 or 5 of these things, and then we'll start breeding them up. These things sound like they'd be fun in a boss fight. Alright, so we are on our last feeding, finally. It took forever between the first and second feeding. But we are on feeding number, I think, 5. It takes 5 of these on my server settings. And then I'm going to soul trap him and move him up to the base where I have a little more control over the tame. Or the babysitting. This is really babysitting. So hopefully this goes the way I hope it does. Alright guys, here we go. Last kibble. Here we go. Alright, so let's get him down and then cryo him. I didn't even let him finish his roar. I'm not messing around, boys. Alright, so now we're going to get him over to the base. I'm going to see how much points he got in melee, too. Let's check that real quick. 38 in melee, 38 in health, 46 in oxygen. That's a big help. Thank you so much, game. Alright, so we got that.
No Daedons.
No Daedon. Alright, here we go. $3,500, 3,600 seconds. Is that 1 hour or 2? I'm pretty sure that's 1 hour. Was there an enraged? I didn't even know. God dang it. Was the Europa an enraged? I didn't notice. God dang it. Crash, if you want to come help me with this, I could use somebody to, use the owl to keep his health up. Alright.
Throw all the Deinonychus out at once. Let's go. Sure I didn't miss one. So out of 16...
Oh wow, he does poop a lot. Holy crap. Literally, holy crap. Alright guys, so it is finally done after 1 hour of babysitting this Daspletosaurus. It is completely recovered, as you can see. And I'm going to tell you how we did this, okay? Now, give you a couple of tips on the best way to do this. First of all, I would have a snow owl next to it. A snow owl will keep its health up as long as you just, you know, right trigger it and heal it every so often, okay? Now, you will need, in my opinion, the pet food kibble that is made in your own inventory, and it takes 10 berries, 5 cooked meat, and 6 fiber per kibble. Okay? You're going to need lots of that. And I would have it in the trough and have your Daspletosaurus next to the trough. He will eat it directly from the trough. Now, the thing is, with the pet food kibble, this guy here, the Daspletosaurus, will not heal. Right? So he will... It will keep up his food value pretty consistently, but he will not heal up here. That's what you need your owl for. Maybe a Daedon will work the same way, probably would. Then that would be more passive as well. But raw meat, here's the thing with raw meat. Raw meat will help increase its health, but his food value will fall drastically quicker than the pet food kibble. So yeah, you're going to heal a little bit with the raw meat, especially if you force feed it to him. But even with force feeding the raw meat directly to the Daspletosaurus to heal his health, his food value is going so quickly that even force feeding him does not keep up with that. You will need, in my opinion, the pet food kibble. But then you will need something to heal him, because the pet food kibble doesn't seem to heal him that well. Okay? That's the thing with these guys. Okay, now, I wanted to test this now. So while we were doing this with him, while we were babysitting him, he got 6 levels, okay? So the first thing I want to do is we're going to write down the numbers here. We have 1433.8 health. We got 1339.2 stamina. And we got 170.5% melee. Okay? I'm going to add 1 level to each. We're going to do health first. So 1 level added to health gave, wow, 1756, you guys. 0.4. Which is a difference of 322.6. 322.6 health per level. Per level added. The stamina goes up to 1741.0 with 1 level added, which is a difference of 401.8. And the melee with 1 level added goes up to 190.8, which is 20.3% per level. So 20.3% melee per level means that you're getting, let me see here. You're getting about 8.5%. Hold on. I forget how to figure out what percent. How to do percent. Yeah, I don't remember how to figure out percentage, but 20.3, that's pretty good. It's over 10% for sure. It's probably like maybe 20-25%, somewhere in there. It's not what it says on the mod info, that's for sure, but it's still good. Right, so it started with 170. We had 4 levels. It's already up to 251. And that's only after 4 levels added, right? So, I mean, that's a pretty good creature. I'm looking forward to getting another one and start breeding them up and seeing what we can make with these guys. But yeah, if you guys are watching for the first time and you got something out of this video, the taming of a Daspletosaurus, please show the video some love, and I will catch you down the road.